state your name again and spell it.
Lieutenant Cindy Fajardo, Cindyfajardo. I'm a lieutenant with the Pierce County Sheriff's Department. I'm in charge of search and rescue. We've been operating on a swiftwater event that occurred last night. We had a 25-year-old male who entered the river with some friends, and they were inner tubing. And when they pulled out here at the Mama Stratini's restaurant, they realized their friend was no longer with them. The last place they had seen him was about a mile up from this location. We began our operation last night at about 11:30. We suspended for an hour and a half, came back out this morning, and we've searched the river as best we can, and we have not been able to locate him. We are suspending our operation for the day. The river is much too dangerous. It's flowing so fast from the melt of the warm weather. The water is very, very cold, and as you can see, the visibility in the river is nearly zero. So we've not been successful in locating the gentleman. We will try to come out again once the river subsides and we're able to have a better visibility. We do have our airplane up right now, and we're going to run for about another hour with the air operation to see if there's anything to be seen from the air. But for today, our operation has suspended.
What can you tell us about the danger that your crews have faced while they've been out there in this search?
Well, especially searching at night, we've had a couple of incidences where our boats have gotten not entangled, but have hit debris fields in the river. Through the abutments of the bridges that go over the Puyallup River, there is enormous debris fields of logs and things from the winter that have come down with the river being so high it comes off the bank. So it is treacherous, and we can't see any of the sandbars or the rocks, so we have to be very, very careful of not running into that with our motors on our boats.
And have you spoken with this young man's family, or is there anything you can tell us from them today?
Well, the family, of course, is very devastated and still, of course, wants to have hope that their son and brother are well. But they understand the enormity of it all and realize that if he is in the river, the chances that he's survived that is pretty slim.
When they were tubing, these tubes weren't together or anything. I mean, we'd heard rafting, but
it's inner tubing. They were using inner tubes of truck tires, and they each individually had some tubes. And we actually did discover the inner tube that he was in, and we have retrieved that, and it has been confirmed as the inner tube he was using.
So they believed that he was perhaps behind them, and then they got out and realized he wasn't catching up to them.
Right. And what we've learned from his friends is that he did get off his inner tube and jump in the water and get back up on the inner tube on a couple of occasions, and then at one point they lost sight of him and thought he would just be coming back behind them, and he didn't.
Is there any indication at this point that drugs or alcohol were involved in this?
Not that I can comment on. That would be something that we would have to wait for later investigation.
What was the condition of the tube when your rescuers found it?
It was still intact.
When could the search be, the earliest the search could be reinstated? Do you have any estimates on that at all?
With the way the river is flowing, I would estimate probably a couple of weeks we can come back out and try again. But then again, if we still have this continual hot weather, there's a potential that the river could even rise a little bit more and get more fast. So it's all up to Mother Nature.
And no life jackets involved with these young men yesterday?
No. In fact, he was wearing no shirt, just a pair of shorts.
No shoes?
Not that we've been able to identify.